Welcome everyone to another session of Bharat Ke Paramveer. I, Kaustubh Savan, on behalf of Indo-Science Education Trust, would like to hand over the mic to Veteran Group Captain Srikant Walwadkar sir and start this session.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are entering on the 20th episode of Bharat Ke Paramveer. You'll always feel if there are 21 Bharat Ke Paramveer, will this be the last but one episode? No, it will not be. Because the first episode was regarding acquaintance with the armed forces, their ethics, their values, and their character defining moments. So this becomes 19th of the Paramveers, though episode is termed as 20th episode. So warm welcome to all of you. Let's move forward. Our responsibility, 21 Paramveer diamonds in the necklace of Bharat Mata. So we pay our respect to them, their families, and a message for the young generation. अब तुम्हारे हवाले वतन साथियों. Brief summary of Paramveer Chakra of 1999 Indo-Pakistan Fourth War, which is called as Kargil War, which can be termed as the last war of the last century with Pakistan. In fact, that could be termed as the last war of the last century in the world. Four Paramveers, Captain Manoj Kumar Pandey posthumously, last episode we saw his bravery on 2nd, 3rd July 1999. Today we are very fortunate. Today's hero, Grenadier Yogendra Singh Yadav, for his bravery in Kargil War on 4th July 1999. The speciality of this person, this Paramveer, is that he is alive and still serving in the Indian Army as an honorary major. And he is an example for the young generations as a Paramveer. So we are very fortunate to have him still serving in the army and visit various colleges, schools, and motivate them, inspire them by his live example. These 4 episodes of last war of the last century with Pakistan are dedicated to the unsung heroes, martyred, injured, alive or no more, and their family members who suffered enormously, quietly as a result of this war and all previous wars India fought. Every Indian, along with all their generations, shall remain indebted to them forever. For Paramveers of 1999 war, today's hero is Grenadier Yogendra Singh Yadav, the youngest of the Paramveers of India. Grenadier Yogendra Singh Yadav's date of birth 10th May 1980, date of recruitment October 1996, when he was 16 years and 5 months young. Life before joining Indian Army. He was born in Ahir village in Aurangabad district of Uttar Pradesh on 10th May 1980. I wish to draw your attention to Ahir Dham, what I had mentioned about when we were talking about 1962, Major Shaitan Singh's bravery, along with 114 comrades with him who died at 62 war. And the Ahir Dham is established about 40 kilometers from Pangong Lake at the base of Rizang La Pass, where this battle had taken place. He is from this district, Ahir. His father, Sri Ram Karan Singh, an ex-serviceman himself, served in 11 Kumaon as a soldier and participated in 71 war before retirement after 8 years of service. Stories he heard from his father about Indian Army and war inspired Yogendra Singh to join army. His mother was a homemaker and took care of all-round development of her sons. Primary education he had at his village Ahir till 5th standard. After that, he joined Sri Krishna College around 3 kilometers from Ahir. While studying in class 12th, he appeared for recruitment in army and joined at the age of 16 years. When Kargil was started, he was on leave and had just married to Reena. And just fortnight before, he joined his battalion 13 Jakrif in Dras on 22nd May 1999. At the service age of 3 years and physical age of 19 years, he went to fight the Kargil war. Life after joining Indian Army. With just 3 years of service, the moment of reckoning came to prove the reputation of Kumaon, the reputation of Ahirs, the reputation of Indian Army, and second generation of Indian soldiers when he went to Kargil war and joined his unit in Dras on 22nd May 1999. The same day, his unit had their first casualty when he joined. The realization of reality of war seeped into the young, inexperienced, energetic, bubbling, and over-enthusiastic youngster Yogendra Yadav, when in 22 days, he witnessed loss of 2 officers, 2 junior commission officers, and 21 soldiers from his unit. War is a very, very traumatic experience. After capturing Tololing by 2 Rajrif and 13 Jack rifles, Yogendra's battalion was withdrawn to a place, Gumri, for recouping, taking rest, and repair of equipments. However, within 4 days of that rest, they got instructions to attack Tiger Hill, the highest peak in Dras sector. Pakistanis had set up bunkers there and were in advantageous position to control the NH1, as well as pose the toughest challenge to Indian troops to recapture it. But recapturing was a must. The Ghatak platoon, commando section of 18 grenadiers, had a strength of 23, 1 officer, 1 junior commissioned officer, and 21 personnel below officer rank, which he was chosen to join because during Tololing capture, the Ghatak platoon had lost a few of their commandos, and to recoup and maintain the strength of 23, the young Yogendra Yadav was chosen to maintain this strength. Actions of a Paramveer. During the briefing by commanding officer about Tiger Hill, the commanding officer showed them from his tent the Tiger Hill top. He pointed out and remembers the young Paramveer Yogendra Singh Yadav remembers that he has seen the straight rock face rising into the sky, straight. The route to reach was challenging due to the physical features of the terrain, but the enemy posts en route of both sides was a death trap for the Indian soldiers. The challenges increased because of high altitude, breathing problems, sub-zero temperatures, and lack of proper winter clothing, and the possibility of weapons getting jammed due to cold climate. But when situations get tough, tough gets going, as proved time and again by the Indian warriors. The dark night of 2nd, 3rd July 1999, the troops led by Captain Sachin Nimbalkar and Lieutenant Balwan started to climb for the top of Tiger Hill quietly. They all were hoping that the quietness will not be disturbed, and it should not disturb for a long time, because it was not sure how much time it will remain silent. The plan was unambiguous. The reinforcements will arrive only after 18 grenadiers capture the Tiger Hill. Till then, the Ghatak platoon and Delta Company, tasked to attack and support, would be on their own. After walking throughout the night, they reached the crest at 0530 hours in the morning time, which Captain Nimbalkar thought a Tiger Hill, and were disappointed to find that it was not. It was a different peak. Again, the tired Men started climbing down and kept walking. They were hungry. The hungry men continued their walk because task was more important. Here I wish to bring Tanaji Malusare, the Senapati of and the hero of Kundana, Sinhagad, during Shivaji Maharaj's time. The task is more important than the food or the other activities. At 6 p.m. in the evening, they almost reached near the top of Tiger Hill. Captain Nimbalkar asked his Ghatak platoon to take a break and make tea while he, along with a few other soldiers, would recce the area for further planning and movements. They barely moved 100 meters ahead when enemy from both sides of the cliff started firing. The recce party took shelter behind the boulders. The tea break was wound up and the rear party was asked on the set, back on the wireless set. All of them were told to stay behind the rocks with heads down so that the artillery support could be extended. The artillery gun started firing from Dras and the men on recce mission were rescued with just one soldier with injured hand. Very, very fortunate. But by now the enemy was aware that Indian soldiers are near Tiger Hill. Commanding officer gave order to attack the enemy without any delay so that the enemy could not attack back. Lunch break was called off because between life and food again got last priority. Yogendra Singh Yadav and his namesake Yogendra Yadav from the Ghatak platoon were asked to lead the Ghatak commandos as scout number 1 and 2 at 0530 hours in the morning of 4th July when they were climbing up via a narrow bridge. They were suddenly hit by gunfire and were forced to step back. There was a complete chaos and only 7 soldiers, including Yogendra Singh Yadav and Yogendra Yadav, managed to climb the top. The platoon got divided into just 7 on top and remaining 15 at bottom waiting for a right moment to reach the top. The 7 on top had no option but to go ahead, kill maximum before miracle saves the lucky ones. A terrible adventure awaits and the history of our Indian Armed Forces is in the making. Now we are very fortunate that this hero is alive, and in his own words, I will now narrate his actions as a Paramveer. There were just 7 of us, no option on turning back because the enemy had cut off the route. Havaldar Madan was the team leader, being senior most, and 6 of the colleagues decided to go ahead. Right ahead was a sangar made of rocks piled up together as a protective shelter. Since we had seen them before they saw us, we just opened a fire on them. 4 men in the sangar were instantly killed. This alerted the enemy soldiers on other bunkers. The enemy soldiers in other bunkers above us started shooting. Havaldar Madan told everybody to get inside the sangar and protect from the fire. There was a fear that sangar, which they were supposed to shift to protect themselves, could be mined. And if it is mined, before they reach the sangar, they would be killed. But the instructions were very clear. Havaldar Madan said, let's protect ourselves from the bullets first, and then let's think about the mines. Fortunately for them, all 7 of them reached the sangar and were inside the sangar waiting for the enemy bullets to be responded. The response shooting was abruptly stopped because they were running short of ammunition. Now, Indian soldiers got another challenge in life. The ammunition was drastically reducing. Around 11:30 at morning time, 12 enemy soldiers came down to check if the Indian soldiers were alive or dead because the shooting had stopped. So they presumed that all the Indian soldiers inside the sangar are dead. We had 45 rounds each in our rifles and were lying low, waiting for enemy to come closer. When the enemy came really close, all 7 of them opened a fire, and except 2 enemy soldiers who managed to escape, all others were killed. Imagine what a planning, what a caution they had. The 2 escaped soldiers ran up to their other post, and within half an hour, the sangar with 7 Indian soldiers inside was surrounded by 35 Pakistani soldiers well equipped with heavy weapons like HMG, UMG, RPG rounds that were flying at the Sangar from top. Additionally, they had started rolling larger stones, boulders, rocks at us. We stopped firing to save the limited ammunition and use it effectively. RPG was directed to the LMG of the Indian soldiers, and the barrel of the light machine gun was blown off. Hawaldar Madan told me to throw LMG to replace the damaged LMG. When I went to pick up this LMG, I saw 7 Pakistani soldiers in Pathani suits standing above the Sangar. I cautioned the leader, told Hawaldar Madan, there are 7 Pakistani soldiers above on our Sangar. He told me and Anantram to go and support sniper Lance Naik Naresh. The enemy flung a grenade at me which hit on my knee. Fortunately, the leg was intact, but another grenade caught me on forehead and blasted. I collapsed and the blood was flowing in my eyes and the eyes were blinded due to pain and blood. Anant and I reached Lance Naik Naresh to help him. I asked Naresh to bandage my head, but he said, start firing before. There's no time. I kept wiping the blood off my face with the old sleeping bag lying there. Seeing that this, Naresh opened his roll of bandage and was trying to put it on my wound on my head when a shell hit him and he died on the spot with bandage in hand. I turned to Anant to tell him this when UMG burst hit Anant on his face. His head was blown off. After that, there was complete pandemonium. Pakistanis, one after other, jumped down on us, 35 of them with cries of Allahu Akbar, with weapons in their hand. Out of 7 Indian soldiers, 2 were dead, 2 were injured. The injured soldier was myself and Yogendra Yadav. Yogendra Yadav had his fingers cut. Only 3 functional and 2 injured Indian soldiers were facing 35 enemy soldiers, fit and heavily equipped. Even this would change in seconds. This equation would change. Yes, the situation changed, the equation changed. All the colleagues of Yadav were killed by the machine gun fire that was directed at them. There was no chance of retaliation since they were so heavily outnumbered. Yogendra Singh Yadav was the only one who did not die. Despite enemy making every effort to ensure no survival by firing at the dead soldiers again and again, Pakistani soldier came close to him and fired at him. He kept lying there with eyes closed. Satisfied that all the Indian soldiers were killed and there was no survivor, the Pakistanis sent a message to their base camp in Mushko Valley that there are no Indian survivors on Tiger Hill and an Indian LMG post down below should be destroyed. Yogendra Singh Yadav could see 2 enemy soldiers coming close to him. One of them picked up his gun and started moving away when Yogendra Singh Yadav pulled out the grenade from his belt, removed the pin, and with the maximum force possible, flung it at the Pakistani soldier. It got stuck in the hood of the enemy jacket, and though he tried to throw it off, it blasted off. Pakistani's head was blown off and his body was lying on top of Yadav. Yadav managed to pick up the gun and fire at the other enemy soldiers standing a little distance away. The shooting created panic amongst the enemy, and thinking that reinforcement has arrived from below, they panicked and started running towards their camp. It was 0130 in the afternoon and Yogendra Singh Yadav managed to crawl after them, saw their camp, and he returned to where his 6 colleagues lay dead. Someone's head was blown off, chest was ripped, intestines out of the sliced stomach. He said, I just cried and cried for my friends. This is the camaraderie. You stay together, you work together, and then you see out of 7, 6 are dead and you are alone, alive. It was getting cold, making his body colder. first time started feeling intense pain of his terrible injuries. His shoulder bones had become exposed and were rubbing against each other, sending severe pain throughout the body every time he made some movement. He says, my inner voice said, if I am not dead by now, I will not die. Now and then it said, get inside the Nala. Some voice came to him. He got into the Nala. On 5th July, Yadav was hanging from a rock with his good hand when he saw the rest of 18 grenadiers down below. What a happiness he could be feeling. He called them up for help. The men got him down quickly and brought him on their back to the camp set up midway to the Tiger Hill. At CO's tent, with the warmth of stoves lit up for injured, weak, and shivering Yogendra Singh Yadav, he told his commanding officer with closed eyes, Saab, मैं आपकी आवाज पहचानता हूं, जय हिंद साहब. This is the character of Indian Armed Forces. Yogendra Singh Yadav then told his battalion about exact location of enemy. His eyes were closed, how their post could be reached and what route is to be followed to reach that place. After this, he went unconscious. After 3 days, he recovered consciousness on 9th July. When he was shifted to Srinagar Base Hospital, he could not figure out where he was. He just saw the ceiling fan above his head. The nurse informed him that he was out of danger and is in hospital in Srinagar. When asked about his battalion, he was told that the same night, Tiger Hill was attacked by 100 soldiers of Bravo and Delta Company along with Ghatak. Based on his information, the planning was done and had taken over the Tiger Hill without any resistance from enemy. 2 truckloads of ammunition was recovered, which included a .82 mm mortar. He was awarded with highest gallantry award, the Paramveer Chakra. At the age of 19 years, he is the youngest Paramveer in the necklace of Mother India, one of the 3 alive Paramveer, genius people, warriors of Indian Armed Forces. Citation: Grenadier Yogendra Singh Yadav was part of the leading team of Ghatak platoon tasked to capture Tiger Hill. On the night of 3rd-4th July 1999, the approach to the top was steep, snowbound, and rocky. Grenadier Yogendra Singh Yadav, unmindful of the danger involved, volunteered to lead and fix the rope for his team to climb up. On seeing the team, the enemy opened intense automatic grenade, rocket, and artillery fire, killing the commander and 2 of his colleagues, and the platoon was stalled. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Grenadier Yogendra Singh Yadav crawled up to the enemy position to silence it, and in the process sustained multiple bullet injuries. Unmindful of his injuries and in the hail of enemy bullets, Grenadier Yogendra Singh Yadav continued climbing towards the enemy positions, lobbed grenades, continued firing from his weapons, and killed 4 enemy soldiers in close combat and silenced the automatic fire. Despite multiple bullet injuries, he refused to be evacuated and continued the charge. Inspired by his gallant act, the platoon charged on the other positions with renewed punch and captured the Tiger Hill top. Grenadier Yogendra Singh Yadav displayed the most conspicuous courage, indomitable gallantry, grit, and determination under the extreme adverse circumstances. What a Veer, Paramveer is he. Food for thoughts. Soldiers don't die when bullets pierce their hearts and heads through their uniforms. They don't die when they fall before an enemy onslaught or even when they get buried in the trenches, staining the earth with their warm crimson blood, worshipping Mother India with their warm crimson blood, as per traditions of Indian Armed Forces. It is only when we forget their acts of bravery and or suffering of their physically alive families that the soldiers die. Rachna Bishrawat in The Brave. My appeal, you should not be one of them. Acknowledgement. I wish to express sincere thanks and acknowledge the following sources for their contribution to completion of this presentation. Photograph of the statue at the National War Memorial, New Delhi, and other 4 resources. Thank you very much. I wish to take you to this. Rashtraya Swaha Idam Rashtraya Idam Namama. Jai Hind. I have finished. I'll again take you to the photograph which you must see of our today's hero. He is Grenadier Yogendra Yadav, 19 years age, with hand injured, 21 bullet marks. Fortunately for him, all the important internal organs were untouched, though he had 21 bullets in his body. This is a Kargil War Memorial where he had visited. This is at the base of Tololing Hill. This is the latest photograph, honorary major in the Indian Army. This is the National War Memorial. I appeal to everybody, when you visit Delhi, do not miss out visiting this Tirtha Kshetra. Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji paying his respect to the family of a warrior. And this is the latest photo you must have, everybody must have, remembering Kaun Banega Crorepati, the two Paramveer serving in the Indian Army were invited for this function, for this episode. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I have finished. Let's again say Rashtraya Swaha. Jai Hind. God bless.